You didn't fall in love. You got chemically attached. Sit down. You guys loved the previous video that I did, so I decided to do a part 2 of this video. And in this video, we're going to take it a little deeper because what you call falling in love, 9 times out of 10, is just your brain doing what it's chemically designed to do. And I'm going to explain this to you, okay? When you're talking to him all day, laughing, connecting, being vulnerable, having sex, your brain releases oxytocin. That's a bonding hormone. That's a hormone that says, this feels safe, this feels good, this is my person. But here's the part nobody explains to you. Oxytocin does not check for consistency. It does not check for character, and it does not check for long-term alignment. It just bonds you to whoever you are experiencing in those moments. So now you're sitting there thinking, I really like him. I feel connected to him. This feels different. Does it really? And he's still in the phase of, I'm seeing if this is something that I even want to invest in. And that's why you feel crazy. You're not crazy. You are chemically attached. And this is where most women start abandoning themselves, because now you're attached to the feeling and not the reality. So you start overlooking things. Red flags becomes, he's just busy. Inconsistency becomes, he's just going through something. And lack of effort becomes, maybe I just need to be a little more patient. No, your brain bonded before he proved himself. Now, let's talk about him, because men bond differently on a neurological level. A man builds attachment through dopamine and vasopressin. Dopamine, the chase, the pursuit, the anticipation. Vasopressin, long-term attachment through investment and responsibility. Those two things. That only gets activated when he's showing up, putting in time, putting in effort, spending time, investing resources, earning access to you. Not when everything is handed to him on a silver platter and you're just here like, I'm here for nothing. You give nothing and I'm here. So when you give him constant access, constant attention, your body, your emotional world, with no investment required, you are bonding and he's just experiencing you. That is the disconnect, and this is the controversial part. The more you overgive earlier on, the less space there is for him to grow emotions and that attachment towards you. We don't want attachment. We want those emotions and that bond to grow in him. Because there's nothing to pursue. There's nothing to earn. There's nothing to work for. That is your responsibility. That is your duty to give him that work he has to do to gain you. That is your responsibility. And without that, his brain doesn't lock in the same way yours does. So now you're asking, why does he feel distant? Why does he pull away? Why did everything change after we got close? It didn't change. You just got attached. Now you're trying to maintain a connection that was never built on mutual investments. That's why you feel drained. That's why you feel anxious. And that's why you feel like you're doing more. That's why. And this is why I always tell you, goddess, he needs to like you more. It is the only way a relationship is going to work long term. The man has to like you and want you more. Period. Period, period, period. And this is why I always say you don't need to give more. You need to slow down. Let him wonder about you. Let him come towards you. Let him invest in you. Not as a game, but because that is how he grows an emotional bond and builds attachment to you. And if he doesn't, then you have an early answer instead of months later when you are already emotionally involved. This is the difference between dating with awareness and dating with chemistry. And most of you have been choosing chemistry over clarity. That's why you keep ending in the same situations, shitty situations with different men. That's why. Because your nervous system is controlling your dating life. That's why. And that's why you need to regulate your nervous system and rewire what your nervous system normal is. And that's exactly what I help you break down inside the Feminine Reset. When you learn how to regulate your emotions, you're not making decisions from attachment. You are making decisions from self-trust. And inside the Provider Magnet, I show you how to naturally create a dynamic where a man wants to pursue, invest, and claim you without you overextending yourself. Because the goal isn't to attach quickly, it's to actually build something that's actually real and solid. I hope this video helped. I hope it gave you clarity, and I love you. Bye.